Hey guys, you're watching Hit Me Up with Noah Dahl, and I'm here with.
Retha Gray.
So, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Noah?
I'm fantastic. So, what are you currently working on right now?
I am currently one of the series regulars on Betty White's Off Their Rockers on NBC. We just started shooting our second season, and we go around pulling pranks on unsuspecting young people.
All right, I know shows like that sometimes they hire kids to be on it, but are these just random people that you prank?
We go all over the country, and we just walk up on random people, and we do bizarre things to them.
That is awesome.
It is awesome.
So is Betty White as nice and as sweet as she seems?
Betty White is the most wonderful person on this earth. She is so kind and so nice and so funny. She's hysterical. She's on top of everything. She knows her lines. She knows her blocking. She's wonderful.
And she's big into animals, huh?
She loves animals. She's a big animal activist. She has a personal friend that's a gorilla. She's awesome. What can I tell you? She loves the elephants. She's wonderful.
So what's your favorite thing to work on in the past that you've done?
Off Their Rockers is without a doubt my favorite thing I've ever done in my life. I've never gotten to just improv with strangers on the street before, and it's amazing how kind people can be, but how shocked they can be at human behavior. It's lots of fun. And then I get to work with Betty in scripted scenes and little vignettes in between, and Betty was nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Host of a Reality Show. So I'm working with an Emmy-nominated actress in one part of the show, and I'm working with random strangers in another part. I mean, what else could I ask for?
So what's your favorite prank that you've pulled so far?
My favorite prank, I don't know, you're too young probably for me to even say this prank in front of, but my favorite prank is when I go up to this young man and I'd say, do you want to stay here and talk, or do you want to go straight up to your place? Yeah, that's kind of what he did.
I've seen that one.
Yeah. And ultimately I say, oh, you're not the horny young man from the internet? And he says, oh, no. And I said, oh, well, thank God, because you're way too old for me. And he's only like 22, so he totally freaks out.
So who are a few of your favorite actors and actresses?
Well, of course, Betty White is my favorite comedian right now. She's absolutely wonderful. I really like the older stuff. And when I say older, I mean like Lauren Bacall, Lucille Ball, the actresses and actors from the 40s and the 50s, Clark Gable. They were just so good to me. And not to say that the ones today aren't good, but they just had so much depth of character and just really sucked you into the story. And people would say that they're not as believable as the actors today, but to me they were very believable.
Well, a part of that I think is the technology. Now the cameras are more realistic compared to back then, but I think if you swapped them, people wouldn't be saying that.
I agree.
Yeah. So, have you been acting your entire life?
I started acting when I was 6 years old. My first part was playing the Wicked Witch in Sleeping Beauty. I was the only one with lines. Everything else was narrated, and my only lines were and when I did that, the audience exploded in laughter and applause, and I said, oh, I want to do this the rest of my life. So I've acted on and off most of my life.
That sounds really awesome. And so if you have a dream job besides Off Their Rockers, what would it be to film?
I'd love to follow in Betty's footsteps and host Saturday Night Live. I think that would be awesome to work on that show. I would have liked to have worked with like the original cast back with Dan Aykroyd and that whole group. John Belushi and all that whole gang. But short of that, I would love to work on Saturday Night Live now. I love sketch comedy. I love situation comedies. So I'd love to work on something like Community, any of the comedy shows.
Well, thank you for joining us today. And up next we have Cedric Williams. And we're back with Cedric Williams, actor, voice actor. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm good. So what are you working on right now?
I'm currently working on a teen sketch comedy show called Just Clownin'. I produced it myself. I did the casting. And I am also producing this cartoon series called The Seemingly Exciting Adventures of Otto Octopus. It's going to be like SpongeBob's biggest competition. It's about sea animals. I created over 56 characters. And, just auditioning. Hopefully I book something big really soon.
Nice. So who's been your inspiration for voiceovers?
Oh, there's so many. Every voice actor has to learn from Mel Blanc. He voiced all the Looney Tunes. There's also Frank Welker, Tom Kenny, who's the voice of SpongeBob, Phil Lamar, Kevin Michael Richardson, Tara Strong. Yeah. There's so many. Oh, yeah, and D. Bradley Baker. He's amazing.
My neighbor for a while was actually E.G. Daily. She did Tommy Pickles.
Yes. Yeah. I love her.
And yeah, she's really nice and she's awesome voiceover and actress.
I love her accent. Mm-hmm. But she can turn it off just like that.
Yeah.
That's how you know she's a master. Mm-hmm. Just turn it off like that.
Yep. So who are few of your favorite actors?
Also a lot. Denzel Washington, Johnny Depp, Marlon Brando, yes. Meryl Streep. I like Ryan Gosling. He's good. Yes. Even though he's one of the newer cats out there. So many. I like Halle Berry, Anne Hathaway, Will Smith, Don Cheadle, and a lot more that I can't remember right now.
So, how'd you get started in acting?
Well, I've been wanting to act since I was little. I always wanted to be the center of attention, and all throughout school, I was the class clown. And then, but when I came to LA, that's when I started doing it professionally. I got my agent and manager, and I just been like doing short films, indie films, going out in auditions, trying to book something big. But it's not about booking something big; it's about the journey. Mm-hmm. And you gotta pay your dues first. You gotta start off small. You gotta crawl before you walk, and then when you walk, you run. And then you run all the way up to the top.
Mm-hmm. So is that when you started voiceover also?
Yes. I've always watched cartoons when I was little, but I didn't know that cartoons was actually real people talking the characters. I thought they were real, little kid, you don't know any better. Yeah. So, I've always been doing voices since I was little. I've always had a unique voice. It's still high pitched. Like, it hasn't gotten any deeper for some reason. I don't know why. I got that Chris Tucker voice, man. And so yeah, man. I used to draw. I still draw. And I would create a voice for my cartoon characters just for fun. And then when I realized that it's actually a career, I did a lot of studying of voice actors and honed my skills doing indie projects on Voice Actor Alliance and created my own audio sketches, and it's been really fun, man. I like it equal to on-screen acting, but for voiceover, the possibilities are unlimited. Yeah. It can be anything. Mm-hmm.
So, what's your dream job to film in the future?
I want to be in a movie with Denzel Washington, maybe play his son or something, and I want to do dubbing for anime and be on a cartoon on Cartoon Network or Disney XD or Nickelodeon.
That sounds great. What's your favorite anime show? Top 5. That might make it easier.
Top 5. Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, Naruto, Code Geass, and one more. What's the last one? Bleach. I do like Bleach.
Bleach is a good one, though.
Johnny Young Bosch, one of my favorite anime voice actors. He's the voice of Ichigo and tons of other anime characters. Mm-hmm. I actually met him, and we're signed to the same voiceover agent. Cool. Small world. When I saw him, I was freaking out, man, because he's the guy that inspired me to do anime voiceovers. Anime's different than American cartoons, because the cartoon's already done, so you have to match your mouth with an already done cartoon, which is actually more difficult. Mm-hmm. But I love it, though, because I love the Japanese culture, And if I could just be a part of that, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, it was great having you, and this was a great show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Keep doing your thing, man.
Thanks, you too. And that is all the time we have for this show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And you guys can hit me up at noahdahl.me and follow me on Twitter at FlyNoahDahl and Facebook at Noah Dahl.